Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Late Night Frights. So, for this week, we're back with our new theme, and that is cheap. That is our cheap horror theme. Kind of wanting to jump to the, rant. So, for this week, I decided to review a movie that I absolutely hate, and that is Axe Giant: The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. And yes, it sounds really bad, and the movie's even worse. It was made back in 2010. Actually, it was 2013, but I kind of forgot. It slipped my mind because I really don't care. Anyways, getting back to the original footage now. And the director is Gary Jones, and the writers are Jeff Miller and Gary Jones again. I'm not going to tell you who stars in this film because, honestly, I don't want to waste my time. It was bad enough that I had to look up these on there. So, yeah, I kind of, looked up Gary Jones and Jeff Miller, and I found out that something about Gary made me mad. He's got a marinara nose. I just want to break that f***ing marinara nose of his. And Jeff, honestly, if you want to have a fight with me, I beg you, bring it the f*** on. Anyways, getting back to the review. The general plot for this piece of is, young adults on a first-time offenders boot camp discover the legend of the axe giant lumberjack Paul Bunyan, and it says that they find out that he is more horrifying than they ever could have imagined. Right. Okay, so when I was watching this film, he is tall. I'll give the film that. He's tall. That's all I can give the film. That's the only compliment I can give the film. He's tall. And he looks a little bit like Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 2. And he kind of carries his axe like this. That's how he sounds through the entire freaking film. What is up with that? I know, yeah, he's a giant, but can't he use words? All he can do is grunt and swing an axe. And then, sometime through the film, I don't care to spoil this film for you because, honestly, I highly recommend that you do not check out this piece of shit to begin with. So later on in the film, we find out that Babe the Blue Ox, or whatever the frig it was called, was killed by some of the town's men because it was huge and they were hungry. And this is when we find out that Paul did not like this one bit. That was his best friend, and he goes on a killing spree. And when he's on this killing spree, he kills every last man who killed Babe. Isn't that sweet? He avenged his friend. I mean, wouldn't we all? But getting back to the seriousness, this film was terrible, horrible, no good, and very bad. See what I did there? Anyways, the effects in this film, I could wipe my butt with these effects, basically. I wouldn't want to, but it could happen. I could use the DVD in the case as manure. The CGI was terrible. Babe looked horrendous. Paul, he looked idiotic. The acting was abysmal. Everything about this film was bad. It didn't make sense. They tried for it to make sense, but honestly, how does a axe-murdering giant who went on a killing spree after his pet died make sense? Especially the giant part. Like, they explain it, I forget what it was, because honestly don't give a crap. But they could have done something better at least. I mean, not even Paul Bunyan, like, they could have done some other B-rated movie, I'm sure. I mean, they could have redone something. I mean, everybody's doing it now. All you see now is remakes of movies. And, yeah, I guess you could say I really hate this film. I would go on the lines as much as say I'd rather watch the 1958 Disney classic Paul Bunyan than I would want to watch this. And that's saying something because, from what I remember, I really didn't like the Disney classic Paul Bunyan either. I haven't seen it in a while though, so I really can't judge. Like the last time I saw it, I was a baby, so. But getting back to this garbage, uh, it's there's really no words to describe how much I hate this film. If you've seen Chris Brock's review of A Nightmare on Elm Street, uh, he really hates that film. I feel the same way about X Giant: The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. This is honestly, in my opinion, the worst film that I've ever had to watch, and I think I owe that all to my dad because he found it on Netflix, and we watched it. So, if you're watching this, thanks, Dad. You always pick out the worst films. But, anyways, we'll just, worst horror films imaginable. Like, stick with something classic that's going to be good. I mean, it's cool to be of interest and, stuff like that, but seriously, still talking to Dad here. Axe Giant: The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. And you wanted to check it out and see if it was good. Right. So, okay, back to talking to everybody else. This is such a... I mean, I love doing videos for Late Night Frights, but this right here is a waste of my time talking about this film. I mean, I love the channel. I love to do the videos. I love, everything about Late Night Frights. But this is I put this off until today, my day. I usually pre-film my videos. I really didn't want to do this, and now that I'm doing this, I'm loving it because this is a rant video. This is my first rant video, and I'm talking about the film that I absolutely hate with a burning fire of passion inside of my soul. This movie is... I really recommend that you do not check this film out. Like I said, that's why I didn't care to spoil it. I mean, I would go play by play if I remembered it. I kind of went, it's such a terrible film. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. I'm getting tongue-tied. I cannot stress this enough. Do not watch this film. I may be a little dramatic right now, but this is all coming sincere from the heart. This is one of the worst films ever created, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm sorry, Jeff. But this is a terrible film. And I was, joking about the marinara nose and stuff. I was just kind of, trying to make it a little funny. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. But seriously, this... I don't know what you would put... This is, like, below B rating to me. I honestly wouldn't watch this if... It's... You can probably tell how much I hate this film, and it's just me kind of, ranting about it, so... I'm pretty sure the message comes across. And, I think that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I didn't go too crazy. But please stay tuned for a video from Vanessa82 Horror, and also we'll be back next week with more Late Night Frights content. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And once again, guys, this is Jeremy telling you to be careful, because you never know what might be lurking in the shadows. And most importantly, if that piece of garbage film's in the shadows, you might want to destroy it. Just, if you come across this film, if you have it in your collection, destroy it. If you know someone who owns this film, destroy it for them. Like, just, you know, help each other out with this situation. Get the film off the shelves. That's basically all I have to say, people. Thanks for listening.